Hey, no. But can I do this? It's funny. Hair's like bananas. What's wrong with my hair, Rosie? Nope, nope. Off. Okay. So hello. So I, so the, hello. Hey, so I am here to tell you about the podcast that I listen to. I listened to season 1, episode 4, Mighty Moves for Reading Success by Lindsay Kimney. And I bought it. I read, I listened to that podcast because I bought this book recently. I bought 5 books, and this was one of them, and I haven't read it yet. I've listened to a different podcast that interviewed this author. And so I thought I would listen to this one. And I really enjoyed it. In the podcast, they talked about phonemic awareness and the importance of teaching phonemic awareness and having sound and spelling walls. And I thought it was interesting that they talked about using sound walls even during phonemic awareness, because I have discouraged teachers from doing that because I thought the phonemic awareness needed to be just based on the sound. So I'm going to have to do a little more research into that. She also talked about the importance of, when teaching phonics explicitly and systematically, to use gradual release with the I do, we do, you do model to help scaffold things for students. Something that really stood out to me is that Lindsay, the author, said teachers need to learn the code. And she was talking about all the things that there are to know about written and spoken language. I feel like as time goes on, teachers are becoming more and more knowledgeable. And the teachers at my school who have been to the Orton Gillingham training, I feel like just have such a good understanding of language and the way that sounds come together to make words and why. And I do think that's a really important piece of understanding the code to teach students. Another thing that she pointed out, one of her mighty moves, is about teaching decoding and not cueing, which I know and I believe in. And I also used to teach cueing because that's what I thought was right. But I know better now. And so I help coach teachers to help them know that they need to work on decoding. However, she also talks about using decodable and not predictable text and not using leveled books. Well, we just got 2 possible curriculum adoption programs for next year that our teachers are vetting right now. And one of the programs has decodable guided reading books. It even says guided reading books on the bins. It also has predictable text, and it has the levels, the FMP levels. And then the teaching cards also promote cueing. It will say, look at the illustration to help check your understanding of the word. Does it match? And as soon as I saw that, I was just like, this is terrible. This is terrible. So it's really disappointing that that is one of the options for next year. And I think it's going to be difficult if we do choose that to um, help teachers understand that even though that's what we have, that they should not be using it in that way. So I enjoyed the podcast. I recommend it.